My beloved child, listen closely. I am Archangel Michael, the warrior of heaven, the protector of those who walk in truth. I have been sent by the Most High to deliver this urgent message to you, right now, at this very hour. Heaven has seen what is about to happen. A storm is gathering, and the enemy has set his eyes on you. There is danger moving toward your home, not always seen with your human eyes, but felt deeply in your spirit. You have felt the unease. You have sensed the heaviness in your heart. You have seen things falling apart without reason, but I tell you now, it is not random. It is spiritual. The forces of darkness have been released upon the earth. They whisper lies into the minds of many, turning peace into chaos, turning love into fear. But heaven has not forgotten you. That is why you are hearing this message today. This is not a coincidence. You were led here by divine order. Your guardian angels have been trying to reach you. They have wept for you, they have cried for you, and tonight, their cry reached the throne of heaven. God has spoken. I, Archangel Michael, have been commanded to speak over your life. Pay attention. It's an emergency. Your life is in danger, but heaven stands ready to defend you. So open your heart, stay with me through this message. Every word you are about to hear carries divine power, divine warning, and divine protection. Before we begin, pause this moment and say, Lord, I am listening. Protect my life. Now, my beloved child, let us begin. And before we move forward, remember to like, share, and subscribe to spread this message of protection to others who need to hear it right now. My beloved child, listen to the sound that echoes beyond the clouds, beyond the stars, beyond the very limits of the universe. It is the sound of heaven, a divine alarm ringing through the realms of light. Something has shifted. Something powerful, urgent, and unseen is now moving upon the earth. It is not a sound that the ears can hear, but the soul can feel it. It is the voice of heaven calling, warning, and awakening. I, Archangel Michael, the warrior of the Most High, have been sent to speak this truth to you, not to bring fear, but to bring clarity and protection. Heaven is alert, and you must be as well. For too long, you have walked through storms without understanding the cause. You have felt sudden heaviness, confusion, and anxiety. You have asked yourself, why do I feel this pressure? Why does it seem like peace is slipping from my life? My child, it is because a spiritual battle has begun around you. You are not imagining it. You are not overreacting. You are sensitive to the shifts in the unseen realm, and heaven is opening your spiritual ears so that you may discern the truth. Listen carefully. There are times when heaven releases peace, and the atmosphere feels still, soft, and filled with grace. But there are also times when heaven releases a warning, and that is what you are experiencing now. The Most High has commanded His angels to release a divine alert across the earth. Many will feel restless. Many will feel the sudden urge to pray, to cry, to seek forgiveness, to turn away from sin. These are not random emotions, these are signals from heaven. The trumpet has sounded. The light of heaven is exposing hidden darkness. The spiritual army of God is being awakened, and you are one of its chosen warriors. Do not fear. For when God sends a warning, it means He is giving you the power to overcome. You are not being abandoned, you are being equipped. You are not being punished, you are being prepared. Right now, as you listen to my words, angels are moving around you. They are strengthening your spirit. They are removing the shadows that tried to settle in your home. They are sharpening your discernment, so you will no longer be deceived by the whispers of darkness. The enemy has been working quietly, through distraction, temptation, and confusion. He tries to make you tired, to make you silent, to make you doubt your worth. He wants you to believe that you are alone. But I am here to tell you, you are not alone. The Most High has seen your struggle. He has seen every tear that fell when you felt unseen and unheard. He has seen the nights you could not sleep, the days you tried to stay strong. And he says, enough. It is time to awaken, my child. This message comes as an alarm from heaven, a call to wake up, to prepare, and to rise. For the enemy cannot harm those who walk in divine awareness. When you begin to pray again, when you begin to fill your home with light, worship, and the Word of God, darkness loses its grip. When you lift your voice and say, God, I am yours, the enemy trembles. So right now, I command you, my child of light. Do not fear, but awaken. Do not run, but rise. For heaven has declared protection over your life, and I, Michael, stand at your side. I guard the gates of your home. I stand between you and the shadow that seeks to harm. I fight on your behalf even when you cannot see me. But understand this truth. Heaven moves where faith is active. The angels protect where prayer is constant. The divine shield is strengthened by obedience and belief. If you wish to remain under heaven's covering, you must return to the altar of prayer. Pray when you rise. Pray when you sleep. Pray not just for yourself, but for your family, your loved ones, and those who cannot yet see the truth. The danger you sense is not meant to destroy you, it is meant to draw you closer to God. Because when your faith burns bright, the darkness cannot stay. So take this warning seriously. Do not dismiss it as coincidence. You did not stumble upon this message, heaven placed it before you. This is your moment of alignment, your divine wake-up call. Let your heart respond. Do not say, maybe tomorrow. Do not say, I'll pray later. The time is now. For I tell you with divine authority, every moment delayed strengthens the plans of the enemy. But every moment spent in prayer strengthens the army of heaven on your side. Right now, speak these words aloud, with conviction. Lord, I receive your warning. I will not fear. I will stand in your light. I am protected under your mighty hand. When you say this, your words carry power in the spiritual realm. Every declaration you make in faith becomes a sword in the hands of angels. Every prayer you whisper becomes a wall of fire around your home. Do not underestimate the power of your voice. Do not think you are too weak or too broken. Heaven uses those who are humble, for their hearts are pure. You are stronger than you think. You are more loved than you know. And your life has divine purpose. Now hear this final warning of part 1. If you feel this message stirring something deep inside you, do not silence it. That stirring is the Spirit of God moving within you, awakening the warrior you were always meant to be. From this moment, begin to live alertly. Watch your thoughts. Guard your emotions. Protect your peace. Fill your home with worship. Cleanse your heart of resentment, anger, and doubt. Because the more light you allow in, the less darkness can find you. And know this, the heavenly hosts are already standing guard. You are surrounded, shielded, and sealed by divine protection. I, Archangel Michael, declare this over your life. No evil shall enter your dwelling. No curse shall touch your bloodline. No darkness shall overcome your faith. You are marked by heaven. You are chosen for victory. And no power of the enemy can erase what God has written. Now, before we move to the next revelation, help awaken others. Do not keep this warning hidden. There are souls who need to hear this same alarm from heaven before it's too late. So right now, like this message, share it with others, and subscribe to stay under this divine covering. Because every time this message spreads, another soul is awakened, and another life is saved. The heavenly alarm has been sounded. The warriors of light are awakening. And you, my child, are among them. Stand firm. The next part will reveal what the signs of danger truly mean, and how to recognize them before they strike. Child of light. When the Creator wishes to awaken His people, He does not always speak with thunder or lightning. Sometimes He speaks through patterns, through moments that repeat, through disturbances in ordinary life that whisper, "Pay attention." The restless spirit. Have you felt a sudden heaviness lately, an ache that has no name? You wake in the night, heart racing, yet no sound disturbs the air. You feel that something invisible moves around you. This is not punishment, it is the spirit's restlessness when it senses imbalance. Your soul was designed to live in harmony with heaven's rhythm. When chaos approaches, be it an unhealthy choice, a destructive friendship, or a temptation that hides behind comfort, your inner spirit vibrates like a warning bell. Do not silence it with distraction. That restlessness is mercy calling. Take those moments as invitations. Kneel, breathe, and say, "Source of light, align me again with your peace." The distorted peace. Danger often enters not with noise, but with comfort. The enemy of growth rarely shouts, he lulls. He tells you that prayer can wait, that purpose can wait, that discipline is unnecessary. He replaces peace with numbness, soft, slow, deadly. You may notice days blending together, motivation fading, joy shrinking into routine. That is the second sign, when peace turns heavy and dull instead of alive and radiant. True peace renews, false peace sedates. To discern the difference, ask yourself, do I feel gratitude expanding in me, or am I slowly forgetting wonder? If gratitude is shrinking, awaken. Shake the dust. Play worship music, walk under the sun, read something holy, call someone who uplifts you. Stir your inner fire. The disrupted communication. Heaven communicates constantly, through conscience, intuition, synchronicity, scripture. When danger nears, communication lines often flicker. You may mishear loved ones, misunderstand friends, argue without reason. Words twist. Intentions blur. When this begins to happen, do not rush to defend yourself. Pause. Breathe. Ask quietly, what unseen energy is trying to steal our peace? Then pray, or if you prefer, speak positive intention over that relationship. Name it with kindness, only truth may pass between us. You will feel the atmosphere change. The repeated symbol. Perhaps you keep seeing the same number, color, phrase, or dream. The universe is patterned, heaven speaks in rhythm. When you notice repetition, do not worship the sign, study its timing. Ask, what was I thinking or doing each time it appeared? Often the answer is less mystical than practical, a reminder to change a habit, forgive someone, or return to purpose. The broken focus. Another sign of danger is when everything demands your attention at once. You start something, then another thing interrupts, devices, messages, noise. Your focus fragments until prayer, study, and creativity all scatter. The purpose of this attack is simple: a distracted mind cannot hear guidance. To restore clarity, create moments of silence each day. Even 2 minutes of stillness resets the mind's frequency. Whisper. I choose stillness over confusion. In that quiet, wisdom flows again. The attack on identity. Darkness cannot steal your destiny, so it attacks your belief in it. It whispers, you are unworthy, unwanted, forgotten. But heaven answers, you are mine, formed intentionally, capable of more than you can imagine. Whenever self-doubt grows louder, treat it as a siren, something is trying to pull you from your path. Write down 3 truths about who you are: child of light, vessel of peace, bearer of purpose. Repeat them until confidence returns. Truth is armor, repetition is reinforcement. The storm in the home. Have you noticed tension without reason? Loved ones miscommunicate, tempers rise, small issues turn large. This too is a sign, the enemy of unity has entered to divide. But remember, every home can become a temple when love leads. Light a candle, play gentle music, speak blessings aloud. If you believe, pray; if you simply hope, wish well. Peace is contagious when voiced. Say, may every corner of this place remember peace. You will feel the heaviness lift, for energy follows intention. The withering dream. Danger sometimes hides in discouragement. When you stop dreaming, when the future feels blank, something has stolen your vision. Heaven's remedy is remembrance. Recall what once ignited you. Write it down. Commit to one small act toward it this week. Dreams watered by action bloom again. Recognizing heaven's warnings in daily life. Child, understand this. Divine warning does not always predict disaster, it prepares you to choose wisely. When your car hesitates to start, when plans fall apart, when delays frustrate you, sometimes protection hides inside inconvenience. Say in such moments, if this is delay for my good, I accept it with gratitude. Trust transforms interruptions into safety. The emotional earthquake. When strong emotions rise suddenly, tears, anger, fear, they release energy trapped inside you. If suppressed, those waves become open doors for despair. But when expressed through prayer, journaling, or honest conversation, they become purifiers. Let emotion move through you like wind through trees, let it leave you clearer. The call to guard the mind. Every war begins in thought. Danger grows where negativity repeats unchallenged. Guard your mind as you would guard treasure. Replace "I can't" with "I'm learning." Replace "I'm alone" with "help surrounds me." Each corrected thought builds a shield. The shifting atmosphere. You may feel rooms change when certain media plays or certain conversations start. That sensation is discernment. Do not ignore it. Switch the content, change the topic, open a window, bring in light. Protect your environment, because energy multiplies whatever you tolerate. Spiritual maintenance. Just as you clean your home, clean your spirit. Read sacred words, listen to uplifting songs, forgive daily. Forgiveness is not weakness, it is armor polish. Unforgiveness invites corrosion. Each act of mercy you show becomes a barrier no darkness can cross. Understanding fear. Fear itself is not the enemy, it is a messenger. It asks, what have you forgotten about your strength? When fear rises, answer it with remembrance. I was made by love, therefore love sustains me. Speak this until calm returns. Heaven's promise. The Creator does not warn to scare, He warns to prepare. When signs appear, the promise appears with them. The same hand that shakes you awake also builds your shelter. Look back over your life, how many times did help arrive at the last moment? That was not luck, that was mercy disguised as timing. So when new storms form, do not panic. Say, if heaven has shown me the sign, heaven has already prepared the escape. Faith turns warnings into wisdom. Activating the shield. Now, my child, anchor these truths. Awareness is defense. You cannot fight what you refuse to see. Speech shapes reality. Bless your days aloud. Gratitude magnetizes protection. Thankfulness raises your vibration closer to heaven's frequency. Community multiplies strength. Share good words, encourage others, join in prayer or fellowship. Action seals belief. Do one loving deed immediately after this message: feed someone, forgive someone, help someone. Every act of light expands the radius of your shield. Words of empowerment. Repeat after me. I walk in awareness. I welcome divine guidance. My home is a sanctuary of peace. No confusion may dwell here. My spirit is calm, my heart is brave, my destiny is guarded. Let those words saturate the air around you. The atmosphere listens. Look again at your life, beloved soul. Can you trace the signs now? The restless nights, the broken focus, the strange coincidences, they were not random. They were heaven's way of knocking gently before the storm. And because you are listening now, the storm will not destroy, it will transform. You are moving from survival to purpose, from confusion to clarity. Take a final deep breath. Imagine radiant light filling the room, pure, steady, calm. That is the presence of peace returning. From this moment, stay awake but not afraid. Stay gentle but not passive. Stay strong but not hardened. And remember, this message is not for you alone. There are countless souls still asleep, still wandering through noise, unaware that heaven is whispering to them too. So before you continue to the next part, like this message, share it, and subscribe so that more hearts awaken. Your simple act of sharing becomes an angelic trumpet in someone else's darkness. Child of light, out of every soul walking this earth, why did you hear this message now? Why did these words find their way to your screen, in this exact moment of your life? Because nothing is random in the kingdom of heaven. You were guided here by divine order, through invisible threads of mercy, until the timing was right, until your spirit was ready to hear. There are moments when the rhythm of life breaks open. Something interrupts the routine, a video, a sentence, a whisper, a dream that refuses to fade. Those are not coincidences, they are divine interruptions. They are heaven's gentle hand tapping your shoulder, saying, "Pause, look again." You may not remember the prayer that summoned this moment, but you prayed it. Maybe it was only a thought you released into the night, "God, please, show me what to do." That whisper became a signal, and heaven answered. So now, this message has arrived as proof that your cry was heard. You asked for light, and light came to find you. You have always felt deeply, haven't you? The pain of others, the weight of the world, the quiet cries no one else hears. Sometimes you've wondered if your sensitivity is a curse, but it isn't. It is evidence of purpose. Only those who can feel can truly heal. You were made to carry compassion, you were built to sense what others ignore. This message came to remind you that your empathy is sacred. It is not your weakness, it is your signature of calling. Look at your recent life. Things have shifted. People left. Plans changed. Doors closed without reason. You thought it was chaos, but heaven was reorganizing your path. Every ending you faced was preparing you for a beginning you couldn't yet see. Nothing was lost, only rearranged for your protection. Sometimes the blessings you never see are the ones that saved you most. There were times you were ready to walk through certain doors, but they didn't open. Now you will begin to understand, those closed doors were divine shields. You weren't being denied, you were being protected from harm you didn't yet know existed. Trust that wisdom. You have carried more than most realize. Responsibilities. Silent battles. You've been the one holding everything together while feeling like you were falling apart. Heaven saw that. Every tear. Every quiet effort. This message is your refill, it comes to pour peace into your exhaustion. You were never meant to walk alone. Even angels move in armies. Let this reminder be your rest. Your life may seem ordinary, but your voice carries power. The smallest encouragement you speak can reroute someone's despair. You were chosen to be a vessel of comfort. That's why this message found you, to reignite that divine spark within. Your voice, your kindness, your compassion, they are light in human form. Do not hide them anymore. Long before you were born, your soul agreed to learn, to grow, to remember. And part of that agreement said, "When I lose my way, send me a reminder." This is that reminder. You are not being punished, you are being awakened. Do you recall asking for a sign? Maybe you forgot about it. Heaven didn't. There is no expiration date on sincere prayer. This is your answer arriving right on time. Every delay, every obstacle, every coincidence brought you to this very moment, right here. Perhaps you once had a strong faith, but somewhere along the road, pain dimmed it. You drifted, maybe without realizing. But even in that distance, divine love never left. This message is not judgment, it's an invitation. You are being called back, not through fear, but through grace. The door to peace is still open. Simply whisper, I choose to return to light. That one decision moves the entire universe in your favor. Awareness is where transformation begins. Until you see clearly, you cannot shift direction. This is your awakening moment. Feel how your breath slows, how calm begins to rise as you listen. That's not coincidence, that's your soul recognizing truth. You are remembering who you are. But revelation means nothing without action. This message is a call to movement. Take small steps every day. Speak gratitude when you rise. Clear away what no longer nourishes your peace. Replace worry with prayer, fear with faith. Show kindness to someone who doesn't expect it. These are the quiet acts that build divine momentum in your life. And know this, the true language of heaven is love. Every time you choose love over anger, patience over reaction, light over darkness, you are aligning with that divine frequency. Even now, your heartbeat is a rhythm of divine order. That pulse in your chest is proof that the Creator still works through you. You are not forgotten. You are not lost. You are divine design, moving through human form. When loneliness whispers that you are unseen, answer it firmly, I am guided. I am loved. I am never alone. Say it until peace floods the silence. Every story turns when the hero finally realizes the power was within all along. That realization is happening inside you now. You are remembering your strength. You are awakening to your purpose. The shift is real, quiet, but powerful. Now, close your eyes. Imagine light, warm and golden, descending from above. It rests on your shoulders, wrapping around you like a cloak of calm. That is divine reassurance, protection and renewal. Let it stay. Let it fill you. Whisper softly, I release my past. I accept my purpose. I walk in peace. Feel that stillness. That is alignment. That is heaven's approval. From this day forward, move with intention. If something drains your peace, it is not meant for you. If something fills you with clarity, it is divine. Let peace be your compass. Feed your soul, read truth, speak hope, create beauty, forgive quickly. You are now a vessel of light in a dark world. Carry that light boldly. The reason this message found you is simple, you are ready. Ready to awaken. Ready to forgive. Ready to live differently. This is your divine confirmation, the answer to your quiet questions. Yes, you are chosen. Yes, you are protected. Yes, you are loved. Lift your head. Walk forward in peace. The path is open. And before you move to the next part, help this light reach others. Like this video, share it with someone who needs it, and subscribe, so that heaven's message can continue to travel through you. Your one act of sharing might be the miracle someone prayed for tonight. The battle for your soul does not begin in the world around you. It begins in your thoughts. The mind is the first battlefield, and faith is the first weapon. Every doubt, every fear, every dark whisper that tries to break you apart begins as a seed in your thoughts. If you allow that seed to grow, it becomes despair. But when you answer darkness with faith, when you say, I trust even when I cannot see, you build an invisible shield around your life. Protection begins when faith becomes not just belief, but action. Faith without obedience is like a sword left sheathed in a storm. It may be beautiful, but it will not defend you until you lift it. So today, heaven asks you to lift your faith. Not just in words, but in the way you live, the way you react, the way you walk through fire without losing peace. When storms come, your instinct is to panic, to fight back, to shout, why me? But faith teaches a different response, stillness. Stillness is strength in disguise. It says, I may not understand, but I know I am protected. That stillness does not mean doing nothing, it means standing in divine confidence. When others see chaos, you see order being restored. When others see loss, you see purification. That's how faith transforms fear into fuel. Obedience is the next pillar. It's not about control or blind submission, it's about alignment. When your heart, your choices, and your actions align with truth, you walk under divine covering. It's like walking through a fireproof path in the middle of flames. Others may fall to the heat, but you are protected, because you walk in obedience. Obedience is trust put into motion. When heaven whispers, "Let go of that anger," and you obey, the chains of darkness break quietly. When you forgive someone who wounded you, you disarm the enemy without even speaking. When you choose peace instead of retaliation, heaven itself moves to defend you. There are forces around you that respond to the posture of your heart. When your heart is filled with bitterness, your energy invites confusion. But when your heart rests in faith and obedience, even unseen storms lose power against you. Heaven's protection does not always appear as thunder and lightning, sometimes it appears as peace when there should be panic. It's that calm you feel after prayer, the whisper that says, "You're safe now." That's the invisible shield of divine defense working in silence. You can strengthen that shield. Every prayer you speak from a sincere heart becomes another layer of armor. Every act of forgiveness becomes another gate closed to darkness. Every time you obey that small inner voice, even when it costs you comfort, you invite angels to surround you. When Archangel Michael stands in protection, it is not because of fear, it's because of alignment. He guards those who walk in truth, who listen when heaven calls, who act when the Spirit prompts. Faith activates protection, obedience sustains it. Let this truth settle deeply. No evil can touch a soul walking in obedience. No curse can bind a heart anchored in faith. No darkness can swallow the light that refuses to surrender. You protect your life when you guard what enters your mind. Be mindful of what you watch, what you speak, what you allow to dwell in your heart. Every thought is a seed, feed only the ones that lead to peace. If you let fear grow, it becomes a doorway for despair. But if you let faith grow, it becomes a fortress around your soul. Begin your days with words of light. Say aloud, "I am protected. I am guided. I am not alone." These declarations are not empty, they are spiritual vibrations that shift the energy around you. You speak them until your world begins to reflect them. Obedience is also about letting go when heaven says, "Release." Not every person is meant to travel your entire journey. Not every opportunity that glitters is meant to be yours. When the Spirit nudges you to walk away, listen. Sometimes protection looks like rejection. Sometimes the no you receive is the yes that saves your life. There will be days when you feel like you are fighting invisible battles. In those moments, remember, you are not fighting alone. Angels are real. They move on your behalf when you walk in faith and obedience. When you pray with sincerity, they act. When you speak words of peace, they surround you. When you choose forgiveness over anger, they draw closer. Every time you resist temptation, every time you stay silent instead of spreading negativity, you strengthen your spiritual shield. You cannot see it, but the forces of heaven can. Your obedience sends light signals into the unseen realm that say, "This one belongs to God." Protect this one. Understand this, protection is not a one-time gift, it is a living relationship between you and heaven. You cannot simply ask for it once and forget, you nurture it daily with your choices. Faith keeps the light burning. Obedience keeps the path clear. Guard your space. Fill your home with peace. Play worship, read sacred words, speak blessings over your walls and windows. Every sound of faith becomes a barrier to fear. Every declaration of light pushes back what does not belong. And when fear tries to return, stand firm. Say aloud, "I am under divine protection. My steps are guided. My path is safe. These are not just words, they are reminders to your spirit, commands to your atmosphere, and warnings to any darkness that tries to approach. Do not underestimate the power of stillness, prayer, and truth. In a world that celebrates chaos, these are your greatest weapons. Stillness keeps you anchored. Prayer keeps you connected. Truth keeps you free. You protect your life when you live as if you are already protected. When faith becomes your default response instead of fear, you shift the entire field around you. Even storms recognize a soul that refuses to tremble. When you are obedient, even in small things, heaven notices. You may think it small to forgive, to pray quietly, to speak kindly, but those are the moments when heaven writes your name on the walls of protection. Every act of love expands the shield around you. If the world grows darker, increase your light. If people turn cruel, deepen your compassion. If fear tries to rise, speak louder in faith. This is how you win, not by force, but by alignment with divine truth. The path of faith and obedience is not always easy. There will be moments when you feel alone, misunderstood, or weary. But remember, protection does not mean you'll never face storms, it means the storms will never destroy you. They may shake your branches, but they cannot uproot your roots. You are guarded by grace, surrounded by light, covered by promise. Heaven's eye is upon you, and no weapon formed against you shall prosper. This is the eternal covenant between the faithful and the divine. So, strengthen your shield every day. Pray not just for protection, but for wisdom to recognize divine direction. When the Spirit says move, move. When the Spirit says wait, wait. That simple obedience can save your life. Walk with quiet confidence. Know that angels walk beside you. When you lie down, you are covered. When you rise, you are guided. And as you walk, light clears your path before your feet touch the ground. If ever you doubt this, return here. Listen again. Let the words remind you who you are and whose you are. Before you move to the next part, pause for a moment. Place your hand over your heart and say softly, I am safe. I am loved. I am protected by the divine. Now breathe. Feel the peace returning to your spirit. That is heaven's confirmation. And before we continue to the next chapter, help this message reach others who need it. Like this video, share it with someone you love, and subscribe. So that the shield of faith can spread beyond you, reaching hearts that are still lost in fear. You might be the reason someone else finds peace tonight. All around you, forces of thought and emotion rise and fall like tides. Every moment, light and shadow wrestle for your attention. One invites peace, patience, kindness. The other whispers fear, resentment, despair. This is the real battleground, the unseen field of your heart and mind. When you wake each morning, the choice begins anew. Will you feed the light through gratitude and compassion? Or will you let the noise of the world pull you back into worry and anger? That single choice shapes the atmosphere you carry. Light does not shout. It moves quietly, yet its presence transforms everything it touches. Darkness has no power of its own, it only survives where light is absent. Every time you speak hope when the world expects complaint, you push the darkness back another step. Every gentle act is a victory. The ancient poets described it as a battle not because it needs swords or shields, but because courage is required. It takes courage to forgive when pride wants revenge. It takes courage to love when fear says protect yourself. It takes courage to keep believing when results have not yet appeared. That courage is the armor of the soul. Think of every thought as a messenger. Some arrive wearing light, bringing calm, direction, purpose. Others wear shadow, whispering doubt or shame. You cannot stop them from knocking, but you can decide who enters. When you say no to the voice of fear, you strengthen the walls of your spirit. When you say yes to faith and kindness, you open windows for light to pour in. This is why meditation, prayer, and silence matter. In stillness, you hear the quiet direction that chaos hides. In gratitude, you find strength the world cannot touch. These are not small acts, they are the strategies of light. Sometimes the battle appears outside you, in conflict, injustice, or suffering you witness. But even there, your response determines which side grows stronger. Meet cruelty with dignity, confusion with clarity, despair with compassion. Light multiplied through one heart becomes a beacon for many. There are moments when you feel the weight of collective fear pressing down. That is when you remember, you are not powerless. Close your eyes, breathe deeply, and imagine light expanding from your chest like a sunrise. Each breath spreads calm through every cell, every thought. That calm ripples outward, first through your words, then your family, then the world you touch. Spiritual protection is not walls built by fear, it is awareness strengthened by truth. Truth tells you that darkness has limits, but love does not. No negativity can remain where compassion lives. No shadow can survive in a heart filled with forgiveness. So fight wisely. Do not waste energy battling every shadow. Stand in light, let it do the work. Your peace is your shield, your kindness your weapon, your faith your fortress. When you remember this, ordinary moments become sacred ground. A simple smile disarms hostility. A patient word ends an argument. A single act of generosity rewrites the story of a stranger's day. These are the quiet victories the world rarely sees, but heaven records them all. If you ever feel weary, look up. The same light that set the stars burning flows through you. You are part of its brilliance, not separate from it. Rest in that knowing. Refill in silence. Rise again. Before you move to the next chapter, seal this truth in your heart: the battle is not about destroying darkness, it is about remembering you are light. You win not by fighting harder, but by shining brighter. Take one slow breath and whisper, peace surrounds me. Love flows through me. Light guides me. That is victory. And as this message strengthens you, let it reach others. Like, share, and subscribe so that more hearts find this same peace. Together, we expand the circle of light until the whole world glows a little brighter. As the final moments of this message unfold, let your heart become still. Breathe slowly. You have traveled through stories of awakening, through reminders of divine strength and unseen guidance. Now, you stand at the edge of understanding, the quiet realization that everything you were seeking has always lived within you. The voice that called you here was never outside you. It was the echo of your own soul, guided by divine hands, leading you back to remembrance. Every challenge, every delay, every storm was not meant to break you, it was meant to prepare you. To polish your faith. To awaken your awareness. To remind you that you are not lost, you are being led. Peace is not a destination, it is a presence that begins the moment you trust the higher plan. The moment you stop trying to control everything and start believing that even what feels like an ending might be a sacred beginning. That's where miracles start, in surrender, not in struggle. The world around you may not change instantly, but something greater happens first: you change. And when you change, the atmosphere of your life begins to respond. The same situation that once brought fear now becomes a lesson. The same pain that once made you cry becomes a source of compassion. The same silence that once frightened you becomes the space where you hear divine direction. Right now, imagine standing in the center of a vast, golden light. It moves gently, like sunlight through water. It wraps around you, not just as protection, but as recognition. You belong to this light. You were created from it. It knows your name, your journey, your hidden strength. In that light, every guilt dissolves. Every fear that once clung to your heart slowly loosens. You begin to feel lighter, not because the world has changed, but because you finally let go of what no longer serves your spirit. You remember who you are, not just flesh and thought, but a living spark of divine creation. Many people walk through life searching for signs, symbols that tell them they are loved, that they are guided. But the truth is this: you are the sign. Your existence itself is proof that heaven's plan is still unfolding. You are here because you still have a purpose, one that only you can fulfill. It might be as simple as speaking kindness where others speak cruelty. It might be as powerful as inspiring those who have lost faith to believe again. Whatever it is, it matters. The world does not need more noise, it needs more light. It needs souls like yours, calm, steady, and awake, to remind it of love's power. And that begins with you choosing peace, again and again, no matter how loud the storm becomes. So, let this be your vow tonight. That you will not let fear lead your days. That you will not let bitterness shape your words. That you will not let the darkness of others dim your own light. Instead, you will carry gentleness into harshness. You will carry hope into hopelessness. And you will carry faith into every corner of doubt. When you do this, you become a living prayer. Your life itself becomes a message louder than any sermon, the message that light never disappears, it only waits for someone to uncover it. And that someone, today, is you. Take a quiet moment now. Close your eyes. Listen beyond the noise. Can you hear it? That soft whisper, not from above, but from within, saying, "You are loved. You are protected. You are not alone." Carry this truth with you into tomorrow. Let it shape the way you speak, the way you walk, the way you see others. Wherever you go, let peace be the trail you leave behind. If this message touched your heart, share it. Let others hear what you have heard. Let it travel beyond this screen, beyond these words, into hearts that need to remember hope. So before we close, take one deep breath and affirm within yourself. I walk in peace. I move with purpose. I live in light. This is not the end, it is a new beginning. You were not chosen by accident to hear this message today. There are no accidents in the language of heaven. Everything that reaches you has meaning. And this message, it found you because your time to rise has come. Stay faithful. Stay kind. Stay aware. Because when you walk in light, you never walk alone. Thank you for watching this divine message. If your heart feels full, if you sense the calm returning to you, like, share, and subscribe, not just to support this channel, but to help more souls awaken to this same peace. And in the comments, write your affirmation. I receive peace. I walk in light. Let your words become your witness. May grace go before you. May protection walk beside you. And may peace follow you wherever you go. The message ends here, but your journey with light has only just begun.